Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. Today I am going to be reviewing volume 7 in the Remarried Empress series, which I have been reading and enjoying. This series was originally published online, but it is being traditionally published, and that's the format I'm reading it in. So we are up to volume 7 and I have been enjoying it. So let's talk about what happens in volume 7. You will notice we have a little bit of a backing track today. I have a lot of neighbors and some of them are playing music on this Sunday. There's nothing I can do about it, so just kind of enjoy the music. Pretend I put background music on the video. Volume 7 is a continuation of what happened in Volume 6, or Volume 6 kind of concluded an issue, which was Navier's divorce from her first husband and her escape to the Western Kingdom. So Navier and Henry are now married and they're in the Western Kingdom. But just because they have escaped the previous situation does not mean that everything is all good. So in the kingdom that she was originally from, Rashta is getting ready to be married and trying to cement her position, but Navier is really focusing on some issues that she's having in her new position. So there now are two different sets. There's this other issue that's going on with Rashta and her trying to cement her position, balancing this act between trying to pretend to be a commoner or trying to pretend to be nobility and a commoner at once to keep everyone happy. And Navier is trying to cement her position in the Western Kingdom. Now, the issue that's really happening is that Henry is a younger brother. Henry is, of course, the king of the Western Emperor and Western Kingdom, and he's trying to declare himself an emperor as well. But he was the younger brother, as mentioned. So his older brother actually passed away, which led to him assuming the throne in the Western Kingdom, which brings with it a lot of issues, most notably being that a lot of people still have loyalty to the old queen, his brother's wife, who is still living, whose name is Krista. And when we meet Krista, we see that she is also very calculating, very wise in the same way that Navier is, and she has a lot of loyalty, and she has had plenty of time to be in the Western Kingdom to figure out who's loyal to her and to get a retinue around her that will support her. And that's what leads to a lot of issues in Volume 7, is Navier having to come into a new kingdom where she is seen as an outsider. She comes from a different kingdom, a different country where she had a significant position of power, and all of a sudden she got divorced and now she's married to their new king, who is a younger son, immediately following the death of an older son who was the king before that. So we have a queen who previously had a lot of power, and while might not have any technical power, still has a lot of influence and a lot of people around her, and she doesn't want to, of course, give up power, but she is in this position where now there is a new queen in the role of Navier, who is also trying to cement power and control her and expand her area of control in the kingdom as well. I think this is a very, very interesting take. I really liked the way Volume 7 started. I wonder if it is the time it takes me to get volumes that causes this, but I usually find the volumes in this series start kind of slow for me, but then they get really good around the halfway mark, and I really enjoy the second half of the book more than the first. Something I really like about this book is that dynamic between Krista and Navier is similar in some regards to the dynamic between Rashta and Navier. Of course, Rashta, in my opinion, was a little bit more cruel, but she's still, there's still this dynamic there. There's two people who are vying for power, and in this case, Krista is not cruel. I don't think she has cruel intentions, but she definitely wants to make sure she's protecting herself and her interest, and she has a lot more of the loyalty. And while I don't think right now, or I'm not getting any vibes that Krista would force some sort of political upheaval over this, she doesn't want to lose any of this influence or power that she has, but Navier doesn't want to offend anyone or cause any suspicion when she comes in, but she does want to make sure that she has a loyal retinue, that she has ladies in waiting, that she has people she can trust around her to teach her. So Navier is showing her excellence in diplomacy and her skills as she navigates this whole situation. She's trying to find ladies in waiting. That's a key part of this, and also learn about the culture that she has now married into and the kingdom that she is now going to be the queen, or then empress, of when Henry declares himself emperor. She's starting to cement her position while also trying to navigate this maybe rocky relationship with Krista, where the two women would probably get along if they weren't in these weird oppositional positions and they have to navigate their relationship with one another. Something else that's occurring in this book is we're starting to see, in my personal opinion, some maybe regret around the divorce from Navier's previous husband, as he finds that the remarriage was too abrupt and that annoys him. Of course, in my opinion, you made your bed, so now you can lay in it, but he's in kind of a dark place. We see in some of these scenes where he is thinking about their marriage, he says she's my wife. Well, she isn't. You divorced her in favor of Rashta, and that decision has consequences. But he's not thinking straight right now, and he's trying to get Rashta ready to be at his side, be married, and that is supposed to be the focus. So, of course, Rashta, I feel like, is sensing some of this, maybe some of this regret. And in losing Navier, he didn't just lose his wife, although because he's ostensibly going to replace her. He's also losing a lot of her expertise. We see her talking about maybe creating some international trade routes, which isn't really a thing. So he's losing some of the diplomacy and the skill in Navier when bringing Rashta up. So that is something that is continually ongoing. Also in this book, we have Henry revealing his secret that he can turn into a bird. I personally just thought that was funny. I could have had that take up less time in the book. I was more interested in seeing how Krista and Navier negotiated their relationship with one another. That was more interesting to me. But I think overall it was a very, very sweet book. Something else that I like about this series is the colors. The art is really fantastic. I find the colors that are used to be just fantastic. You can open up any page and just find the art absolutely stunning and beautiful. There's a lot of shirtless men in this book, so I'm being careful as I move these around. I think volume 8 might include weddings because there will be 2 wedding ceremonies. Even though they are married, they're still going to have a formal wedding ceremony, and then of course Rashta's going to be married as well. So I wonder if in volume 8 we're going to see these competing weddings. And my understanding is because these kingdoms are on friendly terms, they're going to each have to attend the respective other person's wedding. So I think that might be what's happening in volume 8. I'm not sure yet, but I'm very excited to see how this plus the power dynamic between Krista and Navier play out. So if you have read volume 7, please let me know what you thought about it. Oh, and because I get a lot of questions, I just wanted to also read out the episodes that are in this. This is a common question on the Remarried Empress videos. Episodes 86 to 99 are what's included in volume 7. Any other questions, thoughts, opinions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I love to receive them. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.